Chapter 112 begins with the elf elder's sheer amazement as he gazes at the glowing amber. On Vlad's sword, a low "ho" escapes his lips in wonder. Star-Embracing Swordmaster. Chapter 112. Vlad's determined expression hints at the grand secrets about to be unveiled. The elder acknowledges Vlad as a rare guest and curiously asks about the amber's origin. Vlad calmly reveals it is a precious heirloom of the Hainal family. The name Hainal seems to strike a chord in the elder's ancient memories. He repeats the name, lost in deep thought. Vlad confirms the connection to the legendary Swordmaster, a figure deeply intertwined with the elf's past. The elder recalls that among the knights who once followed the Swordmaster, there was one who bore the surname Hainal. I remember clear eyes and sorrowful, watercolored hair. The elder describes the ancient knight with profound respect. Vlad suddenly drops a direct question. Then do you know where the maple tree inside the amber is? The elder is stunned. How did you know the scene inside is a maple tree? Vlad can only reply with a confused, pardon. A tense atmosphere fills the air. The elder's sharp gaze tries to pierce through the young man's soul. The elder is astonished by the starlight-like glow. He questions how a mere human like Vlad could glimpse into a world that is strictly forbidden to mankind. Vlad's presence and his knowledge spark a wave of whispers among the elves. They find it hard to believe that a human possesses such profound secrets. Vlad ponders how much he should reveal. Deep down, he feels that lying in this moment would be inherently wrong. Finally, Vlad casts aside his hesitation. He thinks to himself, what does that matter anyway? And prepares to speak the truth. The elder reveals the maple tree was once in the west, within the continent's greenest forest. Vlad is shocked because, in the present, the west is nothing but a barren wasteland. There was, the elder affirms with certainty, beginning a tragic tale of the elven history. That was Elvenheim, the vibrant and golden sanctuary of the elves in the past, where the great maple tree cast its majestic shadow. But then, disaster struck. Heaven-reaching flames began to consume every beautiful thing in the forest. An ancient dragon unleashed its fury, completely burning down Elvenheim before it became the wasteland it is today. Following that tragedy, the surviving elves had to relocate here, building a secluded life to protect what little remained of their heritage. Late at night, Vlad sits alone in a quiet room within the elf sanctuary. The faint blue moonlight seems to deepen the contemplative look on his face. He lets out a weary sigh. What do we do now? How are we supposed to find something that no longer exists? Refusing to just sit and wait, Vlad decides to go examine the Tuzon leaves to search for clues regarding the ancient maple tree. However, his companion reminds him that the elves instructed him to stay in his room. Vlad quickly retorts, just say I was here. Vlad reasons that with the current chaos caused by the fire dragon, surely no one will be paying attention to a guest like him. I won't get caught, so don't worry. I've done this plenty in my younger days. Vlad confidently asserts his stealth skills. The companion simply responds with a short "oh," but his gaze is filled with deep thoughts about the young man before him. He suddenly reveals a shocking piece of information about your master. He seems connected to the imperial family after all. Vlad can't help but be stunned. Really? From what I see, it's certain. This affirmation opens a new chapter in the quest to find the truth about Vlad's mentor. The story leads back to the past. The founding king, Prausen, stepped down from the throne and became the lowest one. A grand historical secret is starting to unfold. Those glorious steps continued for hundreds of years, yet fitting for the start of a legend. His end was also mysteriously concealed. I think you might be connected to Prausen's unknown final chapter. These words leave Vlad utterly stunned. Vlad falls silent. He never imagined that he could be connected to such a great founding king. So what? The trail ends here. Vlad sighs, feeling discouraged as the clues seem to vanish. Ends? Hardly, from my view. This is just the beginning, he asserts with absolute confidence. If your master inherited Prausen's will, it means you should follow the traces he left behind. Vlad questions. You said no one knows Lord Prausen's final moments. A surprising answer follows. Humans don't. But the elves might. A crucial new clue has just been revealed right here in the sanctuary. A mysterious smile plays on the old man's lips. It seems he knows exactly where to lead Vlad next. After dropping those crucial hints, the companion decides to take his leave. He leaves behind only a brief promise, then I'll be back. Before suddenly leaping down from a dizzying height, a terrifying sight, he plunges straight down from the cliffs where the elves reside. Such speed and recklessness would make anyone's heart skip a beat. Like a ghost in the night, he lands and vanishes into the vast forest in the blink of an eye. These skills are certainly not those of an ordinary man. Vlad stands frozen. He disappeared in an instant. He exclaims humorously, "What is he, a cat?" Vlad begins to ponder the recent events. It makes total sense that the elves would know the amber's secrets, especially since the elder recognized the maple tree scene within it. What if? A shocking hypothesis begins to take shape in the young man's mind. Vlad wonders if the mysterious voice he often hears couldn't see this place directly either. Perhaps that entity only saw everything through the amber, just like he did. The more he thinks, the more complicated things become. The mysteries of his master, Prausen, and the amber feel like a labyrinth with no exit. I don't know. Vlad scratches his head in frustration. He seriously cannot fathom what kind of person that companion actually is. Lost in his own thoughts, a knock on the door shatters the silence. Vlad responds, "Yes, come in." The uninvited guest turns out to be a stunning elf girl. She silently observes Vlad from behind the door with her piercing golden eyes. Vlad is caught completely off guard by this sudden appearance. He can only utter a confused "huh" as he turns around. Without giving Vlad time to recover, the elf girl gets straight to the point. Have a moment. It seems she needs his help or wants to lead him somewhere. The two walk together through a mystical path within the sanctuary. The surroundings are breathtakingly beautiful, filled with tiny particles of light like forest fireflies. Vlad starts to regret his curiosity. He thinks to himself that he should have just ignored it and stayed tucked away in his room. The current situation is beyond awkward. Vlad is sandwiched between the tall elf guards with stone-cold expressions. This is so awkward. He laments internally. Vlad's face clearly shows exhaustion. He wonders about the true purpose of this midnight excursion and where exactly they are taking him. Walking between these two elven towers puts immense pressure on Vlad. He can only force a smile and continue walking into the unknown. Finally, the elf girl breaks the silence. She reveals that there is something very important she wants Vlad to see with his own eyes. The girl's answer leaves Vlad stunned about that amber. What secret does the amber hold that even the elves are so concerned about? The elf girl looks at Vlad with sincere eyes. She reveals her deep desire to fulfill this long-held wish, something she has been nurturing for a very long time. Vlad feels utterly confused. Everything is happening so fast that he can't help but wonder, why now? And who exactly is this person she's talking about? A shocking truth is revealed. The elf's sacred world tree has long yearned to reunite with the mother. It has never laid eyes on since the moment of its birth. Vlad can hardly believe his ears. It turns out that the ancient maple tree hidden inside the Hainal family's amber is actually the mother of the great world tree. As spring approaches, the world tree is set to bloom for the very first time. It was filled with anxiety until Vlad, the one carrying its mother's memories, arrived at the sanctuary. Now, Vlad is more than just a wandering swordsman. He carries precious memories on his shoulders, helping the world tree fulfill its only wish. With gentle steps leading the way, the elf girl guides Vlad deeper into the heart of the sanctuary, where the most ancient powers reside. They stand before the threshold of the most secret place. This is a forbidden zone that even very few among the elves are allowed to enter. The moment her hand touches it, the dry wall of roots bursts into light. A spatial portal is slowly manifesting right before their eyes. An entirely different world awaits Vlad on the other side. The historic reunion between the world tree and its mother's memory is about to begin. Having just stepped through the portal, Vlad is completely overwhelmed. A sight so grand that he can only stammer in disbelief. This is. The elf girl smiles radiantly, officially welcoming Vlad into the forbidden land. He is the first human in history to receive such a special honor. Vlad glances back at the two guards behind him, though they maintain their cold expressions. Their presence serves as a testament to the sanctity of this place. Following a parting nod from the guards, Vlad decides to move forward. He advances alone into the brilliant aura ahead. Every step Vlad takes seems to touch the purest form of life. The grass beneath his feet is not only lush, but also emits a mystical, natural glow. The elf girl senses a surge of happiness spreading through the air. She reveals that the world tree itself is expressing joy at his presence. Standing before the source of all life here, Vlad is rendered speechless. All words become redundant in the face of the majestic entity before him. And here it is, the legendary world tree, a massive canopy radiating brilliant light, protecting the entire elven race for thousands of years. Yet, in this brilliant moment, a tragic memory resurfaces. The pouring rain cannot wash away the pools of blood and the corpses of elves who fell in the past. A horrific sight. The fatal wounds on the bodies of elven soldiers reveal the brutality of the ancient war. What secret lies behind this tragedy? The torrential rain cannot hide the approaching horror. Blood begins to drip from above, and from the deep shadows, an evil entity with glowing red eyes starts to emerge. There it is, a brutal creature carrying the breath of death and destruction. Chapter 112 ends with a haunting view of the monster that once reduced Elvenheim to ashes.